Hello and happy Friday, friends. I hope you guys are all having a great day and a great start to your weekend. It is time for part 2 of my Grishaverse trilogy series of mini reviews. Today I'm here to talk about book 2, Siege and Storm. I've chosen to film outside today because it's a nice, bright, sunny day where I live, so hope you guys enjoy the nice winter trees behind me as I talk. So I am here to share my excitement about this book with you guys. I enjoyed book 2 a lot more than I enjoyed book 1. I liked Shadow and Bone. I don't think there was anything wrong with that book. But the pace really starts to pick up in book 2, which, if you watched my last video, was pretty much my only criticism of Shadow and Bone, was that it was a little bit slower paced. But that problem is really fixed in book 2. Things start to pick up. There's a lot more action throughout the entire book, and a lot happens in a very short amount of time. So I enjoy action-packed books, so that was something that really made me more drawn to this book than to the first one particularly. So, quick synopsis. This book starts with Alina trying to run from her destiny a little bit. She's seeking a simpler and more peaceful life, which is totally understandable, but she is forcefully dragged back into the brewing civil war in Ravka. So she makes some new friends and allies. She meets the Prince of Ravka, who is a very charming young man and a very talented young man named Nikolai. He becomes one of her strongest allies, and together they form lots of very nice, very well-laid plans to protect Ravka and bring the country back together and pull it back from the brink of civil war. Despite their best efforts, they watch some of their best friends suffer. Alina has to look on helplessly as some of the people she loves go through a lot of struggles and great pain, and she feels powerless to stop these bad things from happening. But we also see Alina grow in this book into a much stronger leader, and she contends with the difficult realities of her role, but does her very best to step into the role of leader that she's been forced into, even though she didn't ask for that in the first place. So one of the things I enjoyed most about this book is Alina as a protagonist. In this book, she, initially she runs from her destiny. She runs from the role that she's been forced into. But, as she's forced back into this war that she doesn't want to fight, she starts to struggle with leadership and the difficult realities of leadership and war. But she does her very best to fulfill that role and become the kind of person that the people around her can rally behind. She tries to become a symbol of hope for those around her. But one of the things I love about her and the way she's written is she's not just a one-dimensional protagonist. She's not all good, all perfect, does the right thing all the time. She's messy, and she struggles a lot internally and, visibly. But she makes some wrong choices. She makes mistakes. She stumbles. She needs help, and we get to see some of her very human flaws and weaknesses, which is one of my favorite things. It makes her a much more interesting character and a much more realistic protagonist. So that is something I enjoyed a lot. I continue to enjoy the magic in this series a lot. The world building that started in the first book and continues through this book is one of my absolute favorite things about this trilogy and the Grishaverse as a whole. I love the lore. It's a really great universe, a really great fictional universe. And I enjoy getting to learn more about that and seeing Alina in particular grow into her power a lot in this second installment of the trilogy. So this was a very good book. I highly recommend for anyone interested in fantasy. If you haven't picked up the Shadow and Bone trilogy, I definitely would. Obviously start with book 1. I'm not going to give away any spoilers here, but I very much enjoyed this book. And honestly, the third book is probably my favorite, so I'm really excited to review that one with you guys tomorrow. Stay tuned for that, and I will be posting that probably tomorrow morning, maybe tomorrow afternoon, we'll see. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Alright, thanks guys, I'll see you later.